Testing, testing. There we go. Okay, we have field, or score sheet in this case. Hello, Franklin. Hi, Kenyon. Greetings to Mike. Hello, Ben. And hello, Michael. Welcome, everybody, to another game of Strat-O-Matic baseball. Testing, not jesting. Jesting, 1, 2, 3. Anyway. Yes, Yankee Stadium, the house that Ruth built. I don't know why it doesn't look straight to me. This is my well, it's pretty straight. This is my OCD kicking in, okay? It's fine. If you can read the dice and the cards, it's fine. Yeah, I know, this is one of my problems. I get hung up on little things that don't matter at all. See, there you go. Kenyon sees it. And it's funny because you'd think it would be, okay, now the bottom looks even, but the top looks off. That doesn't make any sense at all to me. Maybe it kind of does. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Anyway, as you can see here by the score sheet, Mookie got a hold of this and tried to eat it. So the lesson here is I always put my cards in a drawer. Apparently, after I make out the new score sheet, that's going to have to go in the desk drawer until game time, because he will sometimes try to eat paper. Not all the time. Not enough to make me think he has pica or anything like that. But he just gets weird, and, you know, I was able to tape it back together good enough for play, okay? Twins at Yankees, I should say. The house that Ruth built, of course. The Twins, 19-10. They come into the game in third place, just one game back of the Orioles, a half game back of the Kansas City Athletics. All right. Two righties on the mound today, two fine right-handers. Mudcat Grant for the Twins, Mel Stottlemyre for the Yankees. Here's their cards. You can see their records here. Stottlemyre's pitched in tough luck. 1-6, but with a solid 3.83 ERA. One complete game, it was a shutout. 54 innings, 54 hits, 27 strikeouts. So pretty closely mirroring his real-life numbers. The 1-6 record, due largely to not getting any run support. For Mudcat, he's 4-3 with a 4.10 ERA, 7 starts, 3 complete games, one of them a shutout. 48 innings, 54 hits allowed, 31 strikeouts. Grant an 8 endurance starter, Stottlemyre a 7. He's everybody's friend. Yes, sirree. Oh, I don't see him right now. Probably went to hide after he tried to eat the score sheet. He seems to know when he does something wrong. No, I did not holler at him. I probably said, "Oh, Mookie, you can't eat that. Let me have that back before you ruin it." The 8-24. Even worse than real life, Ben. And they weren't good in real life that year either. Okay, here's the Twins lineup for today's ball game. Zoilo Versailles will lead it off at short. Sandy Valdespino in left field hits second. Tony Oliva in right in the customary 3-hole. Don Mitcher, the first baseman, hits cleanup. Harmon Killebrew down at third, bats fifth. Jimmy Hall will be in center, hitting sixth. Earl Batty, the catcher, bats seventh. Bernie Allen plays second and hits eighth. And where the hell is the pitcher's card? Here we go. Mudcat Grant, the pitcher, batting ninth. The Yankees defensively, Jake Gibbs will catch the opener of the doubleheader. That's right, I didn't mention that. This is the first game of a doubleheader, the third of a 4-game set. Who, Stottlemyre? Yeah. But I mean, again, he hasn't pitched that badly. Certainly deserves better than 1-6. Anyway, Gibbs catches the opener. Pepitone at first. Richardson and Boyer up the middle with Tresh at third, and the outfield left to right of White, Repose, and Maris. No Mantle in game one. Let's see, does he play in the second game? We can look at that. Yes, he's back in the lineup for the nightcap with Elston Howard catching. So I'm guessing, remember, these guys were getting some age on them by 1966. And Ralph Halk thinking, hey, let's give him a day off, not make him play too. Thank you, Ben. Red Flaherty says play ball. Here's Zoilo. Zoilo Versailles hitting .257 on the year. 2 home runs, 12 RBIs. Stottlemyre into the windup. And we're underway on a 6-6 right-handed. He walks him. Leadoff walk to start the game, and here we go. Welcome to Robbie. Good crowd on hand again today. Zoilo, a star 15 stealer. Let's check the battery now for New York. Stottlemyre, a -2 hold. Gibbs, a 0 arm behind the plate. Zoilo, a 15 not held. They will elect to not hold him with Valdespino up. Mookie is right up here. He is just above the computers, so I got to keep an eye on him. Okay, that's enough. You got to get down from there. There you go. Go over there. Thank you. And there's Joel. Mick would prefer. That's probably true, Michael. Yes, sirree, I can see that. Sandy Valdespino just 9 for 42 on the season. He does have 2 home runs. That's a .214 average for those who do not wish to figure it themselves. Stottlemyre out of the stretch now. The pitch to Valdespino. It's going to be a 3-9 right-handed, and that is swung on and missed strike 3. Valdespino down on strikes. 1 down. And here's Tony Oliva. Tony O batting .289 on the season, 4 home runs, 20 RBIs, left-handed batter. Stottlemyre gets the sign from Gibbs now from the stretch. It's a 5-6 left-handed. He bangs a single into right field. Rounding and headed for third is Zoilo. And just like that, the Twins have runners on the corners and 1 away. Oliva, a star 15. He'd be a 13 not held. With 1 out. That's a tough one. He might try to go with 1 out. I'm going to let the die decide. 1 to 3, he's held. He will be held on, so that makes him an 11. He's going nowhere and fast. And here's Don Minchard. Minchard batting .306 so far. 6 home runs. He's in a 3-way tie for the team lead with Killebrew and Jimmy Hall. And he's driven in 17. Infield at double play depth with the runner held. The pitch from Strat-O-Matic, a 2-7 right-handed, and he loses him ball 4, and the bases are loaded. Strat-O-Matic off to a rocky start. He's walked 2 here in the first inning. The Twins have loaded the bases with 1 out. And the batter will be Harmon Killebrew. Killebrew hitting .340 on the season. 6 home runs and a team-leading 23 RBIs. Infield at double play depth. Strat-O-Matic trying to coax a ground ball here. The pitch to Killebrew. 5'8" right-handed. That is a single 2 stars. Here comes Versailles to score. Oliva right behind him crosses the plate. And Minchard will stop at third on a 2-run single by Harmon Killebrew. So Killebrew drives in the first 2 runs of the ball game. It's 2-0 Twins. Runners at the corners, and here's Jimmy Hall. Hall 26 for 60 on the season, now batting .433. Can you believe this, Jimmy Hall? 6 homers, 16 RBIs, all in just 60 at-bats. Not enough at-bats to qualify for the batting average lead. Still an amazing performance so far for this card, who batted 356 times during the regular season and batted .239 in real life. It's been a charmed life for Jimmy Hall so far. Killebrew no threat to steal. Infield will be back at double play depth. The pitch from Strat-O-Matic. 4-6 right-handed. It's a fly ball to deep center field. That's going to be deep enough to score another run. Repose makes the catch. Minchard tags and scores, and just like that, it's 3-0 Twins. Sacrifice fly to center. Credit an RBI to Jimmy Hall, his 17th of the season. Whoops, Ben caught me. Where did I look at? Oh, shoot. Okay, looked. Yes, thank you, Ben. Ben saves me. 4-6 left-handed. Called strike 3. He caught the upper outside corner with that one. My apologies, guys. 4-6 left-hander for Hall. I'm not sure what I was thinking there. I know he's a left-hander. So it's runners at the corners, 2 away, and Earl Batty will be the hitter. We'll have to take that run off the board for Minchard here. Hang on as I do some score sheet repair. There we go. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Okay. It's a strikeout. Huge difference there, too. So thanks once again, everybody. Ben and Mike in particular. Earl Batty is the hitter. Runners at the corners, 2 down. The pitch from Strat-O-Matic is a 110 right-handed, and he bangs a single into right field. That's an open single. Minchard's going to end up scoring after all. Killebrew could go to third, but he won't. They'll hold him at second. RBI single Batty, and it is 3-0. And here's Bernie Allen now. Bernie Allen hitting .264, 3 homers, 15 RBIs. Strat-O-Matic full windup. The pitch is a 6-3 left-handed. It's a fly ball to left field X. That's going to be a tough chance for Roy White. A 4E15 racing towards the gap. It's a 6. He's not going to get it. That's going to be down for extra bases. It rolls to the wall. Killebrew can score. And does. Batty will stop at third on the RBI double by Bernie Allen. And the Twins will bat around in the first inning as Mudcat Grant comes to the plate. 4 runs across. Grant, a right-handed batter. Stottlemyre with the pitch. That's going to be a 6-4. It's a fly ball to center field X. That's going to be Repose, a fine outfielder, 2E3. The roll on the play is a 14, and he makes the catch. Mercifully for the home crowd, the inning comes to an end. 4 runs cross the plate, however. On 4 hits, they leave 2 and take a 4-0 lead to the bottom of the first. And there's Jeremiah. Oh, this is not the Bob Ross painting channel. Arts and crafts, though, before the game even started, thanks to Mookie's attempt to eat the score sheet. Yeah, and Mincher ends up scoring anyway. Another rough outing for Stottlemyre, at least so far. And as Grant gets ready to work, let's go over the Yankees' starting lineup. You're right, Mike. Stottlemyre may not be long for this game. Roy White leads off in left field. Bobby Richardson at second base in the 2 spot. Tom Tresh at third base moves up to the 3 hole. Joe Pepitone at first base bats 4th. Roger Maris in right field 5th. Roger Repose gets the start in center today. He hits 6th. Clete Boyer at shortstop 7th. Jake Gibbs, the left-handed hitting catcher, 8th. And Mel Stottlemyre, at least for now, the pitcher batting 9th. The Twins defensively have Batty catching, Don Mincher at first, Allen and Versailles up the middle, with Killebrew down at third and the outfield left to right. Valdespino, Hall, and Oliva. Thomas playing game 30 of a 1938 Yankees replay, May 28th at Philadelphia. They were just a tad better than 66, weren't they? Okay, Grant ready to work now. Roy White will lead things off. He comes in at 246, 3 homers, 9 RBIs. Switch hitter batting lefty against Grant. Here's the pitch now. On a 2-8, he bangs a single right up the middle. It's a leadoff single for White. White a star 15 stealer, so let's check the Twins battery now. Grant a -1 hold. Batty a 0, so he'd be a 14. They're going to hold him, making him a 12. So with White held on, Bobby Richardson steps to the plate. Richardson batting .302 so far on the year. 3 homers, 14 RBIs. Grant set now from the stretch. Pitch to Bobby is a 5-8 right-handed. That's going to be a 2-hopper down to third base. Killebrew backhands, goes down to Allen for 1 to first, not in time. That'll be a force. Richardson aboard. White is forced. 1 away, and here's Tom Tresh. Tresh on the season hitting just .179 so far. 6 home runs, 18 RBIs. His 6 home runs leads the team to that .179 average. Between his stats and Roger Maris's stats, it's not hard to see who needs to pick it up on this team. Okay, Grant ready to work now. The pitch to Trash. From the stretch is a 3-6 right-handed. That is a high fly ball to deep right field. Going back is Oliva. At that wall, leaps, it's gone. He rolls the one. It's a 2-run homer for Tom Tresh. And it, just like that, it's a 4-2 ball game. Let's take another look at it. 3-6 righty. Home run to 9. He rolls the one. And for Tresh, his team leading 7th home run of the season. 2 RBIs for Tom. And it's 4-2. Honestly, I don't even know who he is. Bob Ross, that is. Okay, here's Pepitone now, hitting .252, 4 homers, 21 RBIs. The 21 RBIs leads the ball club. Grant gets a new ball. Now he's ready to go. The windup, the pitch to Pepitone. That's a 3-5 right-handed. He lines a single into right field. 3rd hit of the inning off of Grant. So the Yankees coming right back here in the bottom of the 1st. Pepitone with a 1-out single, and here's Roger Maris. Maris hitting a very disappointing 162 on the season. Just 2 homers, 17 RBIs. Mudcat out of the stretch now. Pitch to Maris, a 2-9 right-handed, swung on and missed, strike 3. Nothing but air on that one. 2 down. And here is Roger Repose. Repose hasn't played much. Let me try to find his line here. He's 4 for 18 on the season. A lot of it coming as a pinch hitter or defensive replacement. Does not have a home run. Grant trying to get out of this inning now from the stretch. The pitch to Roger is a 1-6 right-handed. Did he go around? Check with the first base umpire. He says he did, and that's a strikeout for Grant. Repose is not happy. The Yankees will settle for 2. 2 runs, 3 hits, 1 left. It looks like a hitter's day so far. It does not sound familiar, Ben. I'm going to have to claim ignorance on this one. If I have seen him, I've forgotten. Franklin doesn't seem to think he has any work in the New York art museums, however. All right. Through the 80s. Yeah, that was, I don't know. Moving on to the 2nd inning, they'll start off again with Zoilo. Zoilo walked and scored his first time up. Let's see if Strat-O-Matic can settle down any in the 2nd. He gets the sign from Gibbs. The windup and the pitch on a 1-3. It's a single 1 on an 18. It's a soft liner right into the glove of Tom Tresh. And there's 1 away. Little looping line drive. Easy play for Tresh. And here's Valdespino. I'm going to have to see what he looks like. See if I remember him. I'm getting a picture in my head now, so there is a faint memory coming into view here. Sandy Valdespino struck out his first time up. Strat-O-Matic gets the sign. Yeah, with the hair. Okay, that's what I'm seeing. Yes, okay, I know who he is now. Oh, God, don't I feel stupid. Well, it won't be the first and it won't be the last. Okay, Strat-O-Matic the windup. The pitch to Sandy. 3-8 right-hander is a grounder down to first base. Pepitone gloves it. He'll take it himself, and quickly there's 2 down. As Mel Strat-O-Matic begins to settle down here in the 2nd. Here's Oliva now. He singled his first time up. Stottelmeyer the windup. It's a 6-8 left-handed ground ball to second base X. That'll be Richardson. The Gold Glover with a 1E17. There's the roll on the play on a 17. He makes it look easy. Behind the bag, turns and fires, and he is out. 4-3X. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Stottelmeyer. And man, that's good news for the Yankees. In a doubleheader, they can ill afford to have to go into their bullpen this early. The bullpen not that deep to begin with. Although they've got Boughton that could suck up some innings, but they'd sure like to get the average, going by the card, right? Stottelmeyer and S7, the average 7 innings out of Mel today. Here's Clete Boyer leading off the bottom of the second. Boyer hitting .233 on the season, 3 home runs and 9 RBIs. Mudcat gets the sign from Batty now. Here's the windup. The pitch to Boyer. That's a 4-8 right-handed. He hits a line drive, speared at second by Allen. Line drive to second. Allen went up and got it. 1 away, and here's Jake Gibbs, the left-handed hitting catcher. 8 for 25 so far. It's a .320 average, and he has 2 home runs. Grant into the windup. Pitch to Gibbs now is a 6-8 left-handed, and he hits a hard fly ball the other way to left field. Valdespino playing in is not going to get back there. That's going to go over his head and to the wall. Gibbs headed for second, and he is in there with a double. One out double for Gibbs. Here's Mel Stottelmeyer. 2-hitter, but with end power. The pitch from Grant. We've got a dice off the table as Stottelmeyer fouls it off. Grant gets a new ball. Now set. The next pitch to the pitcher is a 1-8 swung on and missed, strike 3. Third strikeout for Mudcat. That's 2 away. And it's up to Roy White. Runner in scoring position, 2 down. Just getting underway here. 4-2 Twins. White singled his first time up. Grant a check of the runner. Now the pitch to White on a 3-3 right-handed. Foul ball behind the plate. Batty back. He's there to make the catch to retire the side. No runs a hit, 1 left. 2 innings in the books. It's 4-2 Twins. And believe me, I'm definitely not a Yankee fan. I don't have anything against them, but I mean, I'm not a Yankee fan. But even I feel bad for this 8-24 start. I truly do. Nobody should be that bad at this point. And poor Stottelmeyer, 1-6. Let's see what they were in real life at this point. They were 13-19 in real life after 32 games. Okay, Stottelmeyer ready to work in the third. It'll be Don Mincher to lead things off. Mincher walked in the first, came around to score. Stottelmeyer into the windup now. Here's the pitch to Mincher. That's going to be a 6-6 left-handed. It's a single to 11 on a 20. Richardson leaps up and snares that soft line drive in the air. Hang on, something's... There's like a grain of sand or something under there. There we go. That's better. Liner to second, 1 down, and the batter will be Harmon Killebrew. Killebrew a 2-run single in the first. Strat-O-Matic ready to work. The windup, the pitch to Harmon. That's a 1-5 right-handed, and he walks in. Ball 4. Killebrew, of course, very slow, jogs down to first. And the batter will be Jimmy Hall. Jimmy struck out in the first. Strat-O-Matic from the stretch delivers the pitch to Hall on a 4-8 left-handed. Called strike 3 on the lower inside corner. Hall can't believe it as he fans for the second time today. So Strat-O-Matic looking much better after a terrible first inning. 2 outs, and here's Earl Batty. He singled his first time up. Killebrew a modest lead from first as Strat-O-Matic comes set from the stretch. A 6-8 right-handed. That's a grounder to second base X. That's going to be the Gold Glover Richardson once again. 1E17. On a 5, nice stop. Richardson throws him out. He makes it look easy. 4-3X, side retired. No runs, no hits, 1 left. Four to 2, Twins as we go to the bottom of the third. The Twins, of course, could move closer to first place with a win. The Yankees just trying to get a win, period. Here's Richardson now. He'll be followed by Tresh and Pepitone. Bobby 0 for 1. Here's the pitch to Mudcat Grant. That's going to be a 110. It's a liner right into the glove of Killebrew. Richardson hit that one on the screws, but right at Killebrew. Are you getting nervous, Franklin? Franklin for the Orioles, for those of you who don't know. Yeah, Minnesota win today would put them just a half a game back, tied with the Athletics for second. Cleveland just 2 back, Detroit just 2.5. Great races in both leagues, and again, I qualified that by saying it's still very early. But it's certainly been rewarding so far to have close races in both leagues. Here's Tom Tresh now, his 2-run homer responsible for all of the New York scoring so far. Grant gets his sign, the windup. The pitch to Tresh is a 3-2 right-handed. That's a high fly ball to deep right field. Oliva drifting back now on the track hauls it in. So Tresh just missed another one there. He hit it well, a little too high perhaps, and with 2 down, it's Joe Pepitone coming to the plate. Pepitone 0 for 1. Sorry, Pepitone 1 for 1. Singled in the first. Get in the game, Steve. All right, Grant ready to work. Pitch to Pepitone. 6'10 lefty is a fly to center field X. That's going to be Hall. Jimmy Hall, a 3E8. Tough play for Jimmy. He's going back, still going back. On an 18, he's there to make the catch for the out. Nice running catch there by Hall. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Mudcat Grant. He did, Jeremiah. That was just before the World Series. They had his number on the mound. I'm not sure if they wore, I can't remember if they wore patches or not. I kind of think they might have, to honor him. Apparently it was cirrhosis. They just released the cause of death either this morning or yesterday. That was very recently. I remember Fernando Mania well. I was there. Okay. It was something. That's all I can say. It was something. Especially those first 8 starts. Oh my goodness, what was it? 8-0, 0.5 ERA. I'm quoting this from memory now. I think 5 of the 8 were complete games. You might check me on that one. Because it feels like it was all 8, quite frankly. Okay, I'm going to grab some more coffee here today. Of course, you guys probably know, if you don't, there are always rumblings about him being older than his official age, his stated age. I can't speak to that. Jeremiah was unplugged. Were you out in the sticks, Jeremiah? Drew more flies than fans. Bernie Allen will lead it off for the Twins. Grant to follow. Bernie, RBI double in the first. Left-handed hitting second baseman. Stottelmeyer the windup. Here's the pitch on a 1-7. Single to 13. That is past the diving Richardson into right field. A leadoff single for Bernie Allen is 2 for 2. And that brings up Grant. 3-hitter W, right-handed batter. He is an A bunter, and with that in mind, the Yankees are going to pull the infield in here. Grant a B now. He's going to try to lay it down anyway. Squares the bunt. 7B, bunts it towards first. Throws it to Richardson covering. And the sacrifice is successful, moving Bernie Allen into scoring position. So a nice bunt there by Grant. First baseman had to take it. That's what you want to do. And here's Versailles. 0 for 1 with a walk. Stottelmeyer checks the runner at second. The pitch to Zoilo is a 6'10 right-handed. That's going to be catcher's card X. That'll be Gibbs. Gibbs a 3E5. Here's the roll on the play. On a 5, it's going to be a wild pitch followed by a pop out. So the wild pitch moves the runner to third. Wild pitch charge to Stottelmeyer. Versailles on the very next pitch pops out to Gibbs. 2 down, runner at third, and it's Valdespino. Sandy 0 for 2. Stottelmeyer checks the runner. Now set. The windup, the pitch to Sandy is a 1-7. Routine grounder to second. Richardson easy play. Tosses to Pepitone and the side is retired. No runs a hit, 1 left. Both pitchers have really settled down since the first. It's still 4-2 Twins. Okay, bottom of the 4th. It'll be Maris, Repose, and Boyer. Roger Maris struck out his first time against Grant. Grant stares in to get his sign now. The pitch to Roger Maris is a 2-5 right-handed, single to 9 on a 12. Knocked down by Grant. Picks it up and throws him out. That'll bring up Repose. Repose also struck out his first time against Grant. Grant gets the sign. Here's the windup and the pitch. It's a 4-5 lefty. It's a grounder to shortstop X. That's going to be Zoilo, a 2E44. Zoilo into the hole. Here's the play. It's an 8. That's the error range. A 4 on a 44, and he boots it. Error of Zoilo. Repose reaches on the E6. First error of the ball game. Repose, not a star stealer. He'd be a 12. 10 automatic caught. Here's Clete Boyer. Boyer 0 for 1. Grant working out of the stretch now. Repose takes the lead. The pitch to Boyer. 5-4 right-handed as a grounder to third base X. Tough chance for Killebrew. 4E24. Here's the play. On N11, it's the E rating. The roll is a 7 on an E24. Off of Killebrew's glove, and that will be an error. Back-to-back errors by Minnesota open the door here in the fourth. Two errors in the inning. Earl Batty out to the mound. Infield converges. Perhaps trying to settle Grant down after back-to-back errors. Put Yankees at first and second with one away. I was living in Las Vegas in 1990. I was only there a short time. I don't remember exactly where I was, but odds are I was probably at the Stardust. Exactly, Ben. Well said. Back-to-back errors by the Twins have made this a very interesting inning for the Yankees. And here's Jake Gibbs, who doubled his first time up. Okay, they're ready to go now. Grant gets the sign from the stretch. The pitch to Gibbs. That's a 1-6 right-hander. It's a grounder to second base. This is going to be 2. It's Allen. Shovels to Versailles. Strong throw to Mincher. Double play. And the 4-6-3 double play bails Grant out. No runs, no hits, 1 left. 4 innings in the books. It's 4-2 Twins. Why does it feel like it's more? To me, for some reason, it doesn't feel as close as 4-2. Maybe because Strat-O-Matic got hit so hard in the first inning. But the fact of the matter is he's been fantastic the last 3 innings. He's keeping his team in the game. Really anybody's game after 4. All right, we go to the 5th. Heart of the order for Minnesota. Tony Oliva will start it off. He's 1 for 2 today. Strat-O-Matic gets the sign from Gibbs. Here's the windup. Here's the pitch on a 4-6 left-handed. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Down goes Oliva, overpowered there by a Strat-O-Matic high fastball. 4th K for Strat-O-Matic, and here's Don Mincher. Mincher 0 for 1 with a walk. Strat-O-Matic gets the side. Here's the pitch now on a 4-7 left-handed. He loses in ball 4. Second walk issued to Mincher today. And that'll bring up Killebrew. Killebrew singled in 2 in the first, walked in the third. Strat-O-Matic working from the stretch. That's going to be a 4-6 right-handed. Fly ball into straightaway center. Repose takes a few steps back and reaches up and grabs it for out number 2. That'll bring up Jimmy Hall with 2 down. Hall struck out both times so far against Mel Strat-O-Matic. From the stretch, the pitch to Hall. 4-9 left-hander is a high fly ball to deep right field. Going back is Maris. He's at the track. He's at the wall. He leaps. Did he get it? No, it's gone. It's a home run, Jimmy Hall, his 7th of the season. Holy smoke. Let's take another look. 4-9 lefty, 1-8. He rolls the 8. He has the power. Mincher's score is ahead of him. It's a 2-run blast for Jimmy Hall. It's 6-2 Twins. Jimmy Hall strikes again. Holy smoke. He came into the game, for those of you who missed the start of this one, hitting .433 with 6 home runs. With 7 home runs, he takes over the team lead in only 63 at-bats. I agree, Kenyon, although I think I'd like him to get the last out because he's leading off the bottom of the inning. We're going to give him one more batter here. So he's Valdespino, Oliva. They used Ramos in real life, but that was for the save. Steve Hamilton, the left-hander, throwing. Strat-O-Matic will pitch to Batty, who's 1 for 2 on the day. Here's the windup. Pitch to Batty is a 5-7. Swung on and missed, strike 3. So 2 strikeouts in the inning. But he was touched up for a 2-run homer by the amazing Jimmy Hall. 2 more for the Twins on 1 hit. And they take a 6-2 lead to the bottom of the 5th, and that will be it for Mel Strat-O-Matic. Due to lead off here at the bottom of the 5th, the Yankees will go to a pinch hitter. 5 innings for Strat-O-Matic today. Another disappointing performance for Mel Strat-O-Matic. 5 innings. 6 hits, 6 runs. He walked 4. 2, 3, 4, struck out 5. Hamilton will be coming on. So that's Steve Hamilton, the left-hander. And it gets Grant. Let's see who the pinch hitter is going to be. Doesn't have enough. Leadoff man. Horace Clark seems like a good choice. And it will be Horace Clark. Clark 5 for 16 on the season. He has a triple, a double, and a home run among those 5 hits. Switch hitter batting left-handed. Grant's set now. Here's the windup and here's the pitch to Clark. That's a 6-8 left-handed. Clark inside outs one into left field. That's rolling past Valdespino. He's not going to get there. Picks it up, gets it back in as Clark comes in there and holds with a stand-up double. Pinch hit double for Horace Clark to start off the bottom of the 5th. That'll bring up White. Clark, pretty good speed at second. Although his run doesn't mean much, they really need multiple Youngs here. Multiple runs, rather. And you're right, Franklin. The Yankees came into this game hitting just .229 as a team. Team ERA 4.51. By contrast, the Twins hitting .268 as a team with a 3.44 team ERA. So here's White, 1 for 2. Grant checks the runner. Now the pitch to White. A 2-6 right-handed, a ground ball to shortstop. Versailles has it, looks the runner back, and throws him out. Door number 1, yes indeed. Richardson 0 for 2 on the day, stands in from the right side. Grant checks the runner. The pitch to Bobby is a 5-11 right-handed, and he loses him ball 4. 1 out walk to Richardson. First and second one away, and here comes the heart of the order. Tom Tresh due up, and Joe Pepitone on deck. Welcome to Gerald and Biff as well there. Just saw that, Gerald. Glad to have everybody today. Another gloomy fall day, Spokane. 43 and sprinkling. Very dark outside. Here's Tresh, 1 for 2 with a 2-run homer. First and second, 1 away. Grant out of the stretch. The pitch to Tresh. That's a 6-8 left-handed, and he goes the other way with it and hits it into the left center gap. That's going to split the gap. Hall picks it up. Rather, Valdespino picks it up. I beg your pardon. Clark scores easily. Richardson can try to score. 14. Valdespino +1, 15. With 1 out, they're going to hold him up. He rounded it, but the third base coach was emphatic. It's an RBI double for Tresh. That makes the score 6-3, and you can see why they held him up. With Pepitone and Maris coming up, they need more than 1 there. Now they have second and third, 1 away, and Pepitone the batter. And they're scurrying around now in the Minnesota pen. I do not have a Roggenberg. For that matter, the Twins do not have a left-hander in their pen. Jim Merritt's due to start the second game of the Twin Bill. And they'll get Pete Semino up. And there's Rob and Ron. Welcome, gentlemen. Heck of a crowd here. Let's see how the Twins are going to play it. Pepitone's the batter. Second and third, 1 down, they'll play it back. 6-3 is the score, Twins leading. Grant in a jam here as he comes set. The windup, the pitch to Joe Pepitone is a 3-6 right-handed. It's a single to 5 on an 8th. That liner speared at first by Mincher. Throws over to third. Richardson back to the bag. That's a huge out for Grant and for the Twins. And it will be up to Roger Maris. Maris 0 for 2 on the day. Grant staring in now. The windup. The pitch to Maris on a 1-4. He walks him and the bases are loaded. The Grant has loaded the bases with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. Roger Repose due up. Repose 0 for 2 today. Earl Batty out to the mound. Biff, California. What part of California did you live again, Biff? I'm sorry to hear about the fires. Yeah, we get that smoke in Spokane. We didn't get any this year. Usually we get the September smoke in Spokane. We missed it this year, thankfully. That's not at all good for anybody, certainly not for me. It is a great name, isn't it? Earlier this year, I had a game where Mudcat Grant was opposed by Catfish Hunter. It really doesn't get much better than that. Okay, Grant ready to go to work now. Repose at the plate, nowhere to put him. Runners take their lead. The pitch to Roger is a 1-6 right-handed. Did he go around? He did. He rings him up. That's a strikeout for Grant, and he pitches out of the jam. The Yankees settle for 1 on 2 hits, and they leave the bases loaded. And isn't this just typical of the Yankee season so far? After 5 innings of play, Minnesota 6, New York 3. Steve Hamilton will take over on the mound for the Yankees. Left-handed pitcher. He's been their best pitcher. 10 appearances, a 1-1 mark, but with a 0.73 ERA in 12 1/3 innings of work. I have, Biff, but you know what? Go ahead and tell it again, would you please? Just in case some of the folks haven't. It's a good story. Thomas Line in the replay. The Yankees win 7-3 over the Philadelphia Athletics. That's right. Spud Chandler. I remember that name too. Joe Horland's a California man. He's in the Lake Tahoe area. How are things there, Joe? Bernie Allen will lead it off for the Twins here in the 6th. And there's Jimmy Jams entered the chat. Big crowd today. I want to thank everybody for watching. Okay, 6th inning, 6-3 Twins. Here's Bernie now. He's 2 for 2 today. Left on left, Hamilton into the windup. That's going to be a 6-9, single to 17 on a 10. Past Richardson and into right field, and Bernie Allen 3 for 3 today. How about that? That'll bring up Grant, an A bunter. Yankees will pull the infield in. He's going to lay it down. Squares to bunt on a 4B. Pitcher will take it. Throws him out. Runner advances. That puts Allen in scoring position with 1 out and the top of the order. Zoilo Versailles will come up. Zoilo 0 for 2 with a walk. Just like Spokane. That's a bummer. Yeah, I've really got the blues lately with this weather. I wasn't ready for this, partly because I came back to it from sunny California. It was just kind of like it was a shock. I didn't get to ease into it gradually. Oh, absolutely, Jimmy. Hell, on snow days, I've been known to play too. I generally do not go out at all when it's snowing. Okay, Hamilton's pitch to Versailles now is a 3-9 left-handed. It's a fly ball to left field. White drifts over and puts it away. 2 down, and here's Valdespino. Valdespino, well, he's not good against lefties. But it's only the 6th inning and they're leading, so he's going to hit here. Try to get 3 at-bats or 7 innings usually out of the starters. And on a 3-10, he hits a little 2-hopper to second. Richardson has it, throws him outside, retired. No runs to hit, 1 left. Yeah, exactly, Jimmy. I'll tell you what, I'm inclined to play more in the winter. Simply because there's nothing else to do. Of course, I have other league projects going on, naturally, and I have another replay going on the computer game. The Windows version, as it's sometimes called. Well, thank you, Jimmy. No, you guys are the man. Without you guys, there is no Spokane Steve channel. I started it, I think, the last day of September, Franklin. I could look it up, but that sounds right. Now, I had farted around with the Dodger 74 replay. But I quickly realized that I wanted to do a full replay with all of the teams. I guess you could say the Dodger replay was just to test the water. That way I could only had to commit to 162 games. And I will finish that one at some point. But it's certainly taken a back seat to this, which is the main attraction, and pretty obvious why. Heart of the order. Wait, no, you got the wrong team up there. Bottom of the order for the Yankees. Bottom of the 6th. Clete Boyer will start it off. He's 0 for 2. Grant into the windup. The pitch to Boyer. That's a 5-8 right-handed. Ground ball to third. Killebrew gloves it and throws him out. Here's Jake Gibbs, the catcher, 1 for 2. Grant, the sign from Batty now. Here's the pitch. That's a 3-10. Base hit the other way. A diving Killebrew, unable to stop it, and it goes into left field for a single. So Jake Gibbs 2 for 3. Now the Yankees will have to send up another pinch hitter. I probably should have double switched with Hamilton. That's my weak point, I'm telling you. I've got to do better at that. Let's see who else they've got. Trailing now. I'm inclined to... It's either going to be Womack or Reniff. It's going to be Dooley Womack throwing in the Yankee pen. And with a runner at first and 1 away, Lou Clinton will get the call. Clinton pinch hit in this game in real life. Lou on the season, 12 for 34. It's a .353 average, which leads the club. Does not have a home run. Not enough at-bats to qualify, of course. Grant out of the stretch. Here's the pitch to Clinton. That's going to be 5-7 right-handed. It's a double to 2 on an 11. That's going to be a 2-star single. Gibbs rounds and goes all the way to third, and the Yankees have runners at the corners with 1 out as Clinton comes through. So both of the Yankee pinch hitters have come through today. Horace Clark doubled to lead off the 5th. Now a 1-out single by Lou Clinton. And Roy White will be the hitter. White, 1 for 3 today. Grant, an 8-inning starter. Sabino ready behind him. Clinton at first, not a threat to steal. Infield at double play depth. Here's the pitch from the stretch. That's going to be a 5-7 left-handed. It's a single into right field for White. That's going to drive in Gibbs. There goes Clinton rounding, and he'll steam into third on the RBI single by White. And it's 6-4. Clinton at third. 3 consecutive hits. Batty out to the mound. Mudcat says he's fine. Tying runs aboard with 1 out in the bottom of the 6th. They're going to let him go. One more hitter here. It's Bobby Richardson due up. He's 0 for 2 with a walk. Richardson a right-hander. Then you have the switch hitting Tresh and 2 left-handed batters. 3, actually. Mudcat from the stretch. The pitch to Richardson is a 5-5 right-handed. It's a grounder down to first. Mincher has it. Goes down to Versailles for 1. Back to first, not in time, and another run will score on the force. It's a 3-6 force. White is erased. Gibbs comes in to score, give an RBI to Richardson on the play. And suddenly it's a 6-5 game. The out will earn Grant another batter. Tresh has been their hot man so far. 2 for 3, a homer and a double. He's driven in 3 of the 5. Grant is on thin ice, Kenyon. Couple things keeping him in the game. One, he's an S8. And the other is the Twins do not have a left-handed pitcher in their bullpen. If they did, that would be a different story. Okay, Grant pitching to Tresh. 6-5 Twins. From the stretch, it's a 5-8 lazy fly ball into center field. Hall is there, and that will end the inning. Grant wobbles out of it. The Yankees plate 2 on 3 hits and leave a man. 6 innings in the books, and we've got ourselves a ball game. 6-5 Twins. Dooley Womack coming on to pitch for the Yankees. Womack's been in a dozen games. No record, a 3.52 ERA in 15 innings of work. And before we go to the 7th, let me catch up on the chat a little bit. I can see there's been a lot of activity from you guys here. Oh, RGL, that's a very good question, Rob. It is Rob, isn't it? First of all. I think I asked that yesterday. I don't remember the answer. The Evening Drive Man. I do remember that. Well, I wanted something in the 60s, and 1966 was my first Major League game. I was either 9 or 10. Birthday May 31st, and Koufax is in that set, which is always fun. Rookie year for Don Sutton, who was my favorite player as a youngster. It just made sense in a lot of ways. Originally I looked at 68, And then I thought, no, I'm kind of scared of that. I love pitching, but that's almost too much pitching. Somebody here is doing a 68. He may not be here today. Did he really, Biff? Mudcat had a band, huh? Robert, good, okay. And you're in Florida, is that correct? Okay, Womac's ready to work. It's Oliva, Mincher, and Killebrew here in the top of the 7th. Tony Oliva 1 for 3 today. Tight game now. Womack gets the sign from Gibbs. The windup to pitch to Tony O is a 6-7 left-handed, and he walks him. Not what you want to do. Womack walks the leadoff man. Womack with a splendid -6 hold. Gibbs is 0, 5 of course the most it can be, and Oliva's a 1 through 10 not held. No need to hold him. Don Mincher will come to bat now. 0 for 1 with 2 walks. Womack out of the stretch. There's the pitch now to Mincher. That's going to be a 5-10 left-handed. It's a grounder to third base X. Tough play for Tresh. 3E23. Here's the play. On a 20. He's got it. His only play is to first for the out as Oliva takes second. 5-3X. Oliva in scoring position for Harmon Killebrew. And the insane Jimmy Hall on deck. And I say insane, I'll tell you why in a minute if you don't already know. Killebrew 1 for 3, a 2-run single. 1 for 2, a 2-run single back in the first. Also walked in the third. Womack set now. The pitch to Harmon on a 1-5, and he walks him. 2 walks issued in the inning by Womack. And that's going to send Gibbs out to the mound. Oh, God, Gerald, it's got to be Koufax. How can you not love Sandy Koufax? And all of his cards, so much fun to play with. As far as who's done it in the replay, it'd probably be some of the unsung guys. Okay? Like Jim Duckworth. Or National League ERA leader Tommy Sisk. The unlikely guys, right? I love that stuff. The American League ERA leader, Fred Talbot. Who would have thunk either of those guys? I didn't know what I was watching. I hate to admit it, I was more interested in the everything else going around me and the concessions than the game. Okay, here's the insane Jimmy Hall. I'll tell you why I call him that. He came into this game hitting .433 with 6 home runs and just 60 at-bats. He's 1 for 3 today. He hit his 7th home run, driving in 2 in his last at-bat. Now facing Womack, first and second, 1 out in the 7th. Womack from the stretch. Pitch to Jimmy Hall is a 3-8. He just missed another one. It's a grounder to short. That's going to be 2. It's Boyer to Richardson to Pepitone, double play. And that will end the inning. 3-8 right-handed. How close was that? Jimmy Hall. Nothing doing for the Twins in the 7th. And as we stretch, It's Twins 6, Yankees 5. And greetings to Jeffrey. Here's Grant now. He is going to be on a short leash here. Pepitone, Maris, and Repose due. Semino is ready, and Al Worthington gets up. And I'm going to top off my coffee. Before that, we'll have a quick look at the Mookie cam, and then we'll finish up this ball game. Not much to see, as usual. He's up there in the catbird seat. He's sleeping off his lunch, which consisted of part of my score sheet. Yeah, that's right. You can see it if you look down here at the bottom where I taped it. And we are back. Fresh cup of coffee. Good memories, Michael. And thank you, Ben, for sharing as well. Anyone else? And your first major league game? My dad took me to see Koufax, but I don't remember that. I wish I could say that I did. Bottom of the 7th in a tense ball game here in New York. Yankees trail by 1. Joe Pepitone will lead it off. He's 1 for 3 today. Mudcat Grant into the windup. Pitch to Pepitone on a 480, pops him up on the right side. Allen has it. And there's one down. Hang on, let me get a drink of water. I'm losing my voice now. All right. That's better. Here's Roger Maris now, 0 for 2 with a walk. Grant gets his sign. Pitch to Maris. That's a 2-5 single to 9. That is past the glove of Grant and rolls into center field for a single. And here comes Sam Mealy, and he's bringing the hook. Grant did not look sharp in the 6th. He was able to get Pepitone to pop up, but after a 1-out single to Maris, he's coming out of the game. And Pete Semino will be coming on. Worthington still throwing. I had to look and see how to spell Semino. Grant, 6 1/3 today. He allowed 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hits. 5 runs so far. Runner on first is his. Walked a pair. Struck out 4. Semino in the replay has just been in 3 games. No record, a 3.86 ERA, and just 4 2/3 inning of work. I had Semino marked before the game started as someone who needed to get some more work. Well, he's going to get it. Tying run on first and 1 out, and Roger Repose at the plate. Boyer to follow. Repose 0 for 3. Semino ready to work now. From the stretch, the pitch to Rogers. A 5-10 left-handed. It's a grounder to shortstop X. That could be 2. Versailles a 2E44. Ranges towards the middle. Here's the play on a 3. He's got it. Diving stop by Versailles. His only play is to first, however. Maris was almost to second base by the time Versailles could get to his feet. So 6-3-XC. Tying run in scoring position with 2 outs, and Cleet Boyer coming to bat. Perry was 1962, Yankees at Tigers, remembering Mantle grounding out. Franklin, 68 O's Tigers. Boog blasted a moonshot off of Lolich. Lolich was tough on lefties always, too. Gerald was at Fenway in 90. Missed Ryan by a day. Biff, August 82. Detroit at Oakland. Just a few days before Ricky Henderson broke Lou Brock's record. I'm trying to think if 82 was a year when I went to an A's game. That was in my Grass Valley days. I went to a few back then. Robert, 72 at Shea Stadium. J.R. Richard versus Seaver. Robert was 3. Okay, back to the game. Here's Boyer. Maris at second, 2 away. Semino. It's a 110 right-handed. Called strike 3. Boyer doesn't like it. Oh my goodness. Semino caught the outside corner with that one. And the Yankees waste yet another opportunity. No runs, a hit, 1 left. We're through 7. 6-5, Twins. Jeremiah, I'm telling you, I think we have a winner here, folks. Nobody's going to top that. What happened after that, Jeremiah? Oh my God, that's funny. Might not have been for you at the time. How old were you? Probably was a traumatic experience, quite possibly. Dooley Womack coming out for his second inning. It's the bottom third of the Twins' order. And with Worthington ready in the pen, they'll probably bat for Semino. Here's Batty, 1 for 3. Womack gets the sign from Gibbs. Here's the pitch to Batty now on a 1-3. Batty rings a single into left field, his second hit of the ball game. That'll bring up Bernie Allen, who's 3 for 3 on the day. Bunt situation, but Allen not a good bunter. He's going to have to hit away here. Womack working from the stretch. Pedro Ramos throwing in the Yankee pen. Here's the pitch to Allen now. It's a 6-10 left-handed. It's a fly ball to center field X. That's Repose. Repose a 2E3, ranging back and to the right. There's the roll on the play. On a 20, he makes a nice running catch for the out. 8X, 1 down. And the Twins will indeed send up a hitter for Semino. We can close the book on Grant. Closer Al Worthington will be coming in. And the batter will be Rich Rollins. Rollins hit in this game in real life. On the season, Rollins 11 for 31 with a home run, 6 RBIs. One down runner at first. Womack out of the stretch. The pitch to Rollins is a 3-10 right-handed. It's a hard grounder to third. Tresh has it to Richardson for 1. Nice turn to first. Double play. So Rollins hits into the 5-4-3 double play. That'll do it for the Twins in the 8th. Six to 5, we go to the bottom of the 8th. Let's check the Twins defense now. You're not going to take Killebrew out. Valdespino could come out, though. Valdespino will yield to Eulander, who will take over in center. Eulander, one of those I always have to look how to spell it. 2E70 in center. Jimmy Hall moves to left. And here comes Al Worthington. Worthington's been the stopper for Minnesota. There's his real life record. He was their save leader in real life. In the replay, things have not been quite as pretty for Worthington. He's been in 10 games, 2-1 with a team leading 3 saves, but a very high 6.14 ERA in 15 innings of work. It'll be Gibbs, the pitcher's spot, and White for the Yankees. Six to 5 Twins. We're in the bottom of the 8th. Jeremiah was 11 in 77, so in 70 he was 4. You were 4. That could be traumatic. I'm thinking of the drunk uncle in the gas station situation there. On the other hand, age 4, that's kind of the age where you might have been sitting in the car playing and pretty much ambivalent to whatever was going on around you. I know I would have been at that age. I had a wild imagination. I'd have been making up some game in my head probably. So far a disappointment for Koufax in 62. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, Jeffrey. Plenty of time for him to straighten it out, though. Here's Gibbs now. He's 2 for 3 on the day. Worthington set to work. He gets the sign from Batty. Pitch to Gibbs on a 3-11, and Jake Gibbs lines a single into right field. Jake Gibbs 3 for 4 today, and the tying run is aboard. Gibbs a decent runner for a catcher. But let's see if we can do any better. God, we really can't. Not enough to make the move. Barker's the best with a 13, and Gibbs is a 12. So no speed on the bench. We'll have a pinch hitter for Womack. Womack did a nice job working 2 innings. 1 hit, no runs. Walked a pair. Did not have a strikeout. Pedro Ramos, who's been warming, will be coming in. And look who's coming up. Mantle, who did not start today. He will start in center in the second game of the doubleheader. That's right, Jeffrey. Yeah, that was his first great season. But he only had about, how many innings did he throw that year? I want to say he only threw like 160 innings or something like that. He had a re-injury that year. Mickey Mantle, switch hitter batting left. Here's his stats on the season so far. .247, 4 home runs, 14 RBIs. Gibbs at first with nobody out. Worthington from the stretch. The pitch to Mantle is a 2-7 right-handed. It's a grounder to second base. That's going to be 2. It's Allen. 2 Versailles, 2 Mincher, double play. And a big sigh from the home crowd as Mantle comes up empty, grounding into the 4-6-3 double play. Huge double play for the Twins. Holy cow. Less than 200. Yeah, that's what I thought. 2 down, nobody on. It's Roy White. White 2 for 4 today. Switch hitter batting lefty against Worthington. The windup, the pitch, a 6-3 left-handed, fly ball to left field X. That's going to be Hall, a 2-E8. Hall ranging towards the line. Here's the roll on the play. On a 14, he's there. And that'll do it. 7X, side retired. 8 innings in the books. 6-5 Twins. New pitcher for the Yankees, Pedro Ramos. He pitched in this game in real life. Of course, in real life, it was for the save. Now he's just trying to keep it close. 0-1 with a pair of saves. In fact, they only have 2 saves as a team, and he has both of them. 3.09 in 12 innings of work. And he'll be looking at the top of the Minnesota lineup. Versailles, Eulander, and Oliva. Before we get going in the night, I just want to thank everybody again for watching. Great crowd on hand today. I appreciate it. Really starting to feel loose and at home with these games. And God, I just hope you're enjoying them as much as I am. Here's Zoilo. He's 0 for 3 with a walk today. Ramos ready to go to work. Gets the sign from Gibbs. Here's the wind up the pitch. It's a 4-8 right-handed base hit into right field. Zoilo pokes it the other way for his first hit of the day. Let's check the battery again now. Ramos a fine -3 hold. Gibbs a 0. That makes Zoilo a 12 not held. They will not hold him. And Ted Eulander will get his first at bat of the day. Eulander has not played much. He's just 3 for 23 on the season. One of those 3 hits a home run. Ramos out of the stretch. The pitch to Eulander. It's a 2-11 right-handed. He bangs a single right up the middle. Versailles can go to third. He's a 17. Repose a 0. They're sending him. The Yankees will cut it off and keep the double play in order. That's really all you can do there. Eulander a star 19. So he'll be held at 14 with Tony Oliva coming to bat. This is actually a tough decision here. If you hold Eulander, then you can't bring the infield in. An infield in situation, but that would allow Eulander to try to steal 1 to 16. I'm looking at Oliva's ground ball A's now, looking for something to... Oliva does not hit into a lot of double plays. They're going to bring the infield in, so they can't hold Eulander. He's a 16 now. With a star stealer, he automatically gets the lead. He can go if he wants. And he's not going anywhere with Oliva at the bat. Runners at the corners, infield in. The pitch to Oliva is a 2-7 right-handed. It's a ground ball into right field with the infield in. It's a 2-star single for Oliva. Another bad break for the Yankees. Versailles will score. Eulander to third. RBI for Oliva makes it 7-5. Oliva a 12 not held. Infield in again for Mincher. Three consecutive hits off of Ramos. From the stretch, the pitch to Mincher is a 3-2. It's a grounder to short. Infield in. I got to check this now. Remember, I'm using the super advanced base runner. Ben probably already knows it. First and third ground ball A, it's a 2. No, the infield in, it's an 8. Batter out, runner at third holds. Runner on first advances to second. So that's what I thought. It's not a double play. It's a 6-3 putout with Oliva taking second. And that's just the first out of the inning. Here's Killebrew now, 1 down. Infield in again. Killebrew 1 for 2, walked twice. Ramos, the full windup. The pitch to Harmon is a 3-9 right-handed grounder to short. Plus infield in. That becomes a 2-star single. 2 runs will score. And the Twins blow it open here in the top of the 9th. Eulander scores. Oliva scores. 2 ribbies for Killebrew, who now has 4 on the day. And it is 9-5. The danger of the drawn-in infield. They were trying to cut off that run. It blew up on them not once, but twice. How often do you see that? And the Yankees' woes continue. And here's Jimmy Hall. With a doubleheader and only Boughton and Reniff left in the pen, they've got their best guy out there. Not much I can do. It's going to be Ramos. Here's the pitch to Hall. It's a 3-11 righty. It is a single into right field. An open single. Killebrew will stop at second. 5th hit of the inning for the Twins. Great hitting ball club this season. They really came alive here in the 9th against the Yankee closer. And here's Batty now, 2 for 4 on the day. Still only 1 away. Conference on the mound. Now broken up by home plate umpire Flaherty. Okay, we're ready to go. Ramos checks the runners. The pitch to Batty is a 4-5 right-handed fly ball to right field. That's playable for Maris, who makes the catch. Killebrew could tag up and take third. He will not. And here's Bernie Allen, who's 3 for 4 on the day. Ramos gets the sign. The pitch to Bernie is a 4-8 left-handed. That is ripped into the center field for extra bases. Maris picks it up. Killebrew will score easily. Hall stopping at third on the RBI double by Bernie Allen. And the Twins bat around for the second time today. They opened the game batting around in the first inning. And now they bat around in the ninth. We need another pitcher's hitting card here for Worthington. Worthington, a good hitting pitcher, 5W, a righty. Second and third, 2 down. Pitch from Ramos is a 5-7. He struck him out. Too little, too late as the Twins plate 4 here in the ninth on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hits. And that pretty much puts it away. 10-5. So a tense game for 8 innings. Twins finally blow the lid off of it in the ninth. I want to thank everybody for watching. Thanks to Franklin for answering the Minnesota question. Speaking of that, yeah, Oakland is definitely dead. Did you know that Oakland is the only place where In-N-Out Burger has ever closed a location? Wondering, if Franklin has any more information on what Tampa Bay is going to do. Bottom of the ninth, Richardson, Tresh, and Pepitone due up here. Worthington trying to close it out. Bobby 0 for 3 with a walk today. Worthington comes set. The pitch to Bobby is a 6-8 right-handed lazy fly ball into right. Oliva is there. 1 down. Here's Tresh now, 2 for 4. Homered and doubled. Worthington's pitch to the lefty. 3-10 right-handed. That's a triple to 5 on a 13. That's going to hang up in center field as Hall drifts, as Eulander drifts back and makes the catch. And the Yankees down to their last out. It will be Joe Pepitone. Pepitone 1 for 4 on the day. Worthington staring in. The windup. The pitch to Joe. 3-7 righty. Routine grounder to short. Versailles has it, and that's the ball game. And the Yankees' struggles continue. At least they played it tough for 8 innings today, but small consolation as they drop to 8-25. Twins improving to 20-10. They move into a second-place tie with the Athletics. Both teams just a half a game back of the Orioles now. Stottlemyre ends up with the loss. They never gained the lead after he gave up 6 runs in 5 innings. He drops to an embarrassing 1-7. Grant with the win, 5-3. Worthington with the save. That is his 4th. And Franklin likes Hall for player of the game. Anyone else? You can make a case for Killebrew. He drove in 4. 2 for 3 with 2 walks. Hall, 2 for 5 with a 2-run homer. Allen, 4 for 5 with 2 RBIs. Ramos had a horrible ninth. Good grief. 6 hits, 4 runs. No walks and a K. Worthington, 1 hit, no runs. No walks, no Ks. I'm inclined to go Killebrew. He was only retired once and drove in 4. Of course, Allen was only retired once. Voting seems to be leaning Killebrew. I like Killebrew myself. We're going to give it to Harmon. You could give it to Allen. Believe it or not, I think Allen had one, Kenyon, didn't he? I could be wrong. I seem to remember him actually getting it once, and I think we said the same thing then. Totals on the game. The Twins scored 10 runs on 14 hits. They made 2 errors. Yankees 5 runs, 11 hits, no errors. A lot of 25 hits in this one. Holy cow. Another thing you don't see in the modern 3 true outcome era, right? 25 hits in a game? I doubt it. Tomorrow, of course, the conclusion of this doubleheader. Jim Merritt gets the start for the Twins against Fritz Peterson for the Yankees. 2 lefties on the mound. That'll be tomorrow, 1:30 Pacific, 4:30 Eastern. Look forward to that. Please join me then. In the meantime, once again, many, many thanks for watching. Jeffrey, I get all the sets because I'm in 5 keeper leagues, so I have to. I'll probably run a computer replay of it. I usually do that. It takes about 10 to 15 minutes. I'll let you know how it comes out. As far as doing a full replay of a modern day set, in all honesty, that just doesn't appeal to me. Well, I'll follow yours. $30 teams, man, that's a lot of games. But if anybody can do it, you can. Yeah, a lot of players now, that's for sure. Well, that'll keep you busy for a while. I say I'll run a quick computer sim one. I'll tell you how it comes out. See how close yours comes. I'm going to get out of here, grab something to eat. Thanks again, everybody, for watching. I do appreciate it. I'll hopefully catch you all tomorrow. Spokane Steve wishing you all a very pleasant good evening. Take care, everybody. So long.